Hi everyone. I wanted to talk about BH Cosmetics today, in part because I do have some of their products and I really like them, but also in part because the Pride and Prejudice with Zombies movie is out now, and they have the official makeup collection for it. I have to confess I hate zombies, so I don't have any intention of going to see the movie, and I have not read the book, even though I've heard that it actually is more Jane Austen than anything else. They just inserted zombies to make things more interesting for those who prefer their literature with zombies, I guess, but I hate zombies so much. So my husband, on the other hand, loved the book, will probably go see the movie, though without me. So when I got the email from BH Cosmetics, and the subject line said, new makeup for Pride and Prejudice, I was thinking, why are they, putting out something for Pride and Prejudice? I opened up my email and it's Pride and Prejudice Zombies. I had to tell my husband about it and show it to him. He thought it was pretty funny. Admittedly, the packaging looks pretty, kind of gothic. The eyeshadow palette, there's two pieces. There's an eyeshadow palette, which, it looks pretty. I have more eyeshadow currently than someone who doesn't wear a whole lot of eyeshadow should probably own, so I'm not buying it even though it's pretty. The other collection is lip gloss, and I haven't tried any of their lip glosses, in part because I don't really need any more lip glosses, and I guess I'm not that much of a makeup junkie, you can tell. Compared to some people I am, but most people who make YouTube videos, not really. It looked pretty, but I've gotten the impression just from looking on their website that a lot of their lip colors look like they're either too dark or too bright for me. It could just be the way it looks. But they've got like a range from, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 of them in the collection for the Pride and Prejudice with Zombies, from a neutral to like a wine color, I think, and there's like peach and pink in there too. So if you guys get it and like it or don't like it, either one, let me know, because I'm kind of curious even though I'm not purchasing it. So on to what I actually have. I talked about this in my top favorites for 2015. Actually I talked about 3 of these, 3 out of the 4. So like I said, I do like BH Cosmetics stuff. This is a brush case with brushes. This was my kind of, I think my first sort of foray into nice brushes. Or I could be mistaking things. Anyways, at one point I stopped buying brushes from the Dollar Tree, where everything is $1, and not that those are bad, but going a step up, things are a little bit softer, they're a little bit nicer, they apply nicer. I love this. It has a nice range, powder, blush, kind of highlighter, eyeshadow, angled eyeliner, which I use for eyebrow powder, which I've misplaced my eyebrow powder, so. And then these brushes, I use them for concealing. I'm not sure if that's what they're meant for. And then like a little lip brush and a little spoolie brush for your eyebrows. They have a lot of brush sets on there, and you can buy brushes separately, but based on this, I would say it's pretty good quality. I'd recommend them. They have other cases. This one was a special one for breast cancer awareness, not this past October, but the October before. And then the proceeds from purchasing this went to a charity having to do with breast cancer. I don't remember because it's been over a year ago. This I think I talked about in my favorites video too. It is their Lilac Blush Duo. They have several different shades. They all come in this cute little, it's cardboard with a mirror and a magnetic closure. And they're all based on flowers. I think there's like a rose one, there's, I'm blanking on what the rest were. This was the lightest one. I was a little hesitant, but from the reviews it sounded like it was going to be perfect for my complexion, and it is. The reason why I was hesitant is because the blush portion is definitely like a lavender blush, and I'd always heard that having a cool complexion, lavender leaning blushes would be great for me, but I always thought, you know, yeah, but our cheeks don't flush naturally lavender. So I don't see how that's true, but it does. And then this highlighter is nice, pretty pale pink highlighter, which looks really nice on my skin. I don't use highlighters and things like that very often, but probably use them more underneath my eyes than anything else. But this one goes really nice with my pinkish skin. I also have their Forever Nude palette, which I eyed up for the longest time before I did finally get it. It comes in this cute cardboard box that comes out into a really cute it's plastic. It looks metal on the website, because a lot of palettes like this I've heard come in metal, but it's actually plastic. But it's nice, heavy duty plastic. They describe it as feminine, elegant, and on the go on the back. And I talked about this in my favorites video, so I shouldn't ramble on too much about it. But as you can see, they've got 6 eyeshadows, highlighter in the middle there. It's pretty yellow toned, so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to use that. But it works pretty good for under my eyes, canceling out the blue-purple tone. It's got a nice big mirror, a bronzer, which is really light colored, so I actually can use it if I can figure out what the heck I'm doing with bronzer, which I usually don't bother with. It's a nice pink blush. It's not pink, it's not pink peach, but it's not, it kind of leans in that direction. And then there's a neutral, it looks really brown on the camera, but it's not that brown. It actually looks like a peachy nude, like a peachy brown, and then pink. And that actually looks brighter in real life, but it doesn't go on that bright. So anyways, I talked about that in my favorite video for 2015, so I won't go on and on and on about that, but the eyeshadows are really nice too. And I don't know why I keep putting it back in the cardboard box, but the cardboard box is so pretty. It just basically looks like the compact itself, but very convenient for travel if you like to take makeup with you traveling. And then this is actually my first BH Cosmetics purchase. My husband likes to read what he calls a geek news blog. And sometimes there's stuff on there that he figures will interest me because I'm pretty geeky too. And when he saw this, he was like, oh my gosh, I have to show my wife this. They were talking about how cool they thought it was that there was an eyeshadow palette out there that was about the galaxy. I keep the little plastic thing in there so the eyeshadow doesn't get all over the mirror. It's a cardboard compact like the Blush Duo with a magnetic closure and a nice big mirror. Unfortunately, when I got it, I can't tilt it up too much or else Saturn will fall out. Saturn came broken, which didn't really matter as long as he doesn't fall out everywhere. It's not a shade that I would use a whole lot of, but it's a lot prettier on than I was expecting. Some of the colors are more wearable than others. They're pretty bright. I don't want to tilt it up too hard. But there's Sun, Jupiter, which is pretty bright. Prometheus, which is very pretty. Some of the colors are pretty marbled and then they blend together, which looks really nice. Oh, and this is baked eyeshadows. I guess I should have said that. Aphrodite is pretty hardcore dark color there, but I have used it a little bit. I forget what I used it for. Milky Way, Cosmic, Neptune's pretty dark blue. It's very dark. Earth, which is a much more wearable blue. Comet, Meteor, which is nice, pretty. It's probably the one I've worn the most because it comes out as this very pretty pale mint green, which I like to wear a lot of clothing wise in the spring and summer, so that goes really nicely. Venus is pretty orange color, but not one I wear very much. And then Saturn, as you can see, poor broken Saturn. He's kind of got like red and gold mixed in. Comes out a lot, like I said, a lot prettier than I thought. Mercury, you can't really see. It's kind of a lavender marbled one. But lavender copper, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of like a coppery lavender. I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty though. Mars, which is a really dark copper. Asteroid, which is brown and blue mixed together. It's pretty but really dark. Uranus, that's pretty. It's like a bluish mint green. It's a bit darker than Meteor. It's around the same color depth, I guess you could say, as Comet, which is more green leaning, and Uranus is more blue leaning, but it's got like that mint quality to it, I guess. Moon is gray. It's a pretty pale gray, and then Eclipse is like a dark, sparkly, it's not black, but it's super dark gray, but it looks black in the pan. That makes a really good liner color, I think. In fact, I think the dark ones all make good liner colors. Some people might want to use them for other things, but I think they make good liner colors. And it's a fun palette. They've had it for a couple of years now. It's really pretty, and it's fun that it's space-based. So the geek in me loves it a lot. I don't use it as much as I do a lot of other things because it's bright and dark, and I tend to go more for neutrals, but for me to have, if I was going to have like one palette that has, you know, colored eyeshadows in it, this is definitely the one because it's space-based. So those are my BH Cosmetics products, the ones I have. I like all of them a lot. I haven't gone wrong with a BH Cosmetics product yet, but as you can see, I've only gotten a few. So like I said, let me know if you tried Pride and Prejudice with zombies, what you thought of it, or any of their other products, because like I said, some of their stuff I've looked at and I've gone, I don't know, that seems like it wouldn't really work for me, but I don't know if it's the way their website looks. Their website's pretty dark. The background's dark, and then they've got the pictures, and I don't know if that affects how things look, maybe. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.